The defendant murdered Olivia Pratt-Korbel, a young child, in her own home. He did so in the course of attempting to murder Joseph Nee as part of a planned and sustained attack involving the use of 2 firearms. He caused serious injuries to Mr. Nee and came close to killing him. He also shot Cheryl Korbel, causing her significant physical injury, to say nothing of the psychological scars he caused her and others. That is the basis on which he will be sentenced. The defendant is now aged 34. He is not of previous good character. Any attempt to rely on an absence of any significant history of violence has to be viewed in the context of what he told the jury. He made it quite clear that he was a criminal who used threats and violence when it suited him. Although I will not treat that as aggravation, there is no mitigation to be found in his history. The defendant has not acknowledged his responsibility for Olivia's death and so has demonstrated no remorse. His failure to come into court is perhaps further evidence of that, although I make it clear that this has not caused me to increase his sentence. The defendant is a father, and I accept that being taken away from his children is a loss for him and for them. It is a loss that he is wholly responsible for. There is, in my judgment, no real mitigation available to the defendant. I now pronounce the sentence. On count 1, for the murder of Olivia Pratt-Korbel, the sentence will be life imprisonment. The minimum term will be 42 years, less the time the defendant has already spent on remand. On count 2, the attempted murder of Joseph Nee, the sentence is life imprisonment with a minimum term of 22 years. On count 3, wounding Cheryl Korbel with intent to do grievous bodily harm to another, the sentence is 10 years imprisonment. On counts 4 and 5, the firearms offences, the sentence is 18 years imprisonment on each. All those sentences are to be served concurrently, meaning that the shortest period the defendant will be required to serve before he can be considered for early release from the sentence of life imprisonment is 42 years, less the 182 days he has served on remand. After he has served that minimum term, he can only be released if the parole board decide that is appropriate. He would then remain on licence for the remainder of his life. The statutory surcharge will be added to the record.